What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to talk about Cardano. We're going to strictly stick to the data in the weekly charts and the daily charts to see what could be next for Cardano. So let's not waste any time and jump right on in to the video here. So Cardano right now, I've been hearing a lot of things. Oh, Cardano's dead. It's not going to have another move to the upside. That's what I've been hearing around the crypto streets, as I would call it. Is Cardano dead? No, guys. We know, if you've been watching the streams, we are just holding our previous high, right? And are flipping it as support. Now, that's what we're doing right now. Could this change for Cardano? Well, if you zoom in a little bit here, we are coming back down to test that previous high and once again confirm it as support. But there's one thing I want you guys to notice here. What we're doing right now on this consolidation is very similar to another time that Cardano has done something very, very similar. If you look back here in back from about July of 2020 all the way up to December of 2020, you can see that Cardano put in its really first high back here in August of 2020 on the run of 2020, right? And then it had a significant pull back to its 200-day moving average, where it actually tested it once and twice, okay? What have we done this time? Well, we know back in May we topped out, right? And we came back down to our 200-day moving average, not once, but twice. And what have we done? Well, we pumped back above our previous high and are now trying to confirm it as resistance, but have gotten one wick below that previous high and have tested the 50-day moving average, which is this green line, once, okay? What did we do back here in November of 2020? We can see we pumped above our previous highs, kept trying to confirm it as support. This time there was a couple different times where we did wick below it. We did have a couple closes below it, but generally speaking, we were trying to confirm it as support. You can see we got above it, we came back down and wicked right to our 50-day moving average, just like we did back here in our current price. What did we do from there? Well, we sort of pumped back up, right, and made a lower high, but sort of just continued to consolidate until we tested that 50-day moving average a second time, right? We tested it a second time here in December of 2020. What could we be doing now? And this is kind of supports the theory of Cardano maybe having one more low. Theory of maybe Bitcoin having one more low, maybe Ethereum having one more low. This is just a possibility here, guys. This is not something that I necessarily believe is going to happen, but Cardano could have one more time testing that 50-day moving average before continuing up. And just like it did back here, December 2020, one more test of that 50-day, let it catch up to us, right? Let that 200-day catch up to us, and then move to the upside, just like it did down here in December of 2020, just like we could be doing this time. Flip of resistance into support, okay? If you look at this on the weekly time frame, it's actually very, very similar. If you look here, look at this, right? So we had our previous high, right? We came back down to test both our 20 and 30-week moving averages, which have been our really our support band for Cardano from a beginning of our market, right? We had perfect support on it right here on this consolidation. And you can see we did the same thing here. We made a high, we came back down, consolidated right in between our 20 and 30 moving averages, came back up, made a new high, and are testing, right? Testing the previous high as we speak. Now, if we look back in this consolidation, there were multiple weeks where we actually wicked below our previous highs, but we tended to always close the week above our previous highs. And that's what I'm looking for Cardano to do here. You can see we have had a wick below, just like we had down here in these weeks, okay? So there's nothing new there. Could we have another wick below? And this is just like we talked about the daily. We could have one more wick, right? You can see here, we actually wicked down to our 20-week moving average for Cardano, which currently, as we speak right now, sits at about $1.82. Over the course of the next maybe 1, 2, 3 weeks, maybe, just maybe, we come back down and wick to that 20-week moving average one more time and then close that week above it, just like we did during this consolidation in December of 2020. Would I be surprised here to see necessarily Cardano sort of oscillating sideways here for another 1, 2, 3 weeks? No. I know that's not what everyone wants to hear, right? Everyone wants rainbows and sunshine tomorrow, right? as do I, but I do think that it is possible to see another couple weeks of sideways with one more shakeout that'll shake out the rest of the market and then wick us back up above our current highs. I think that's definitely a possibility here for Cardano, and it's not something that we can count out. Don't think it's not always rainbows and sunshine, guys, in the crypto world. We know this. We know this. We're seeing a red day today in general. You know, so just remember, we could come back down to test this 20-week moving average at 182 one more time, just like we did in December. Okay, just like we did in September. So let's go look at the Cardano Bitcoin pair real quick. And we know we've been calling this the stairway to heaven here for the Cardano Bitcoin pair since really the beginning, right? Since really the beginning. You know, every single time we seem to pump up to a new high, come back down, test our previous resistance as support, pump back up, make a new high, come back down, test our previous resistance as support, pump up, come back down, test our previous resistance as support. I'm not going to count Cardano out to necessarily start gaining against Bitcoin here again, bouncing off this level and continuing up. Now, just like we talked about with the Cardano USD pair, sort of you can have another wick below, right, and still be fine. It's all about the close. So this would be historically where Cardano would bounce off this level after testing its highs and continue up to its next resistance, which is probably up here about 0.00000069, right? No pun intended. No pun intended there. That could be the next resistance for Cardano on the weekly time frame. If that does happen, right? Just historically, that's what Cardano's done on this run. If that does happen, that would probably be approximately about a 38% move against Bitcoin, which would mean that you would have some serious alt gains. Now, it could be time where Bitcoin starts catching up to some of these alts, and maybe Cardano does drop down to this previous support. If that was to happen, well, then you would see Bitcoin gain about 37% against Cardano, which would probably mean Bitcoin either has a major pump to the upside or Bitcoin has a big dump to the downside. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next couple weeks for really all of cryptocurrency, guys. That's the video today. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button if you're new. Follow me on Twitter and the Discord, which is down in the link in the description. Also, we have another Bitcoin video right here. Go check this one out if you guys enjoyed this one. Actually, it's an Ethereum video, so check it out if you like Ethereum. But check out the Ethereum video here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.